Hello, I guess. It's August and I have Christmas lights up. I really fucking hate myself. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Johnny Gurnett. Also, welcome to my new room. You haven't seen it because I'm a lazy ass bitch. It's dull and grey like my personality. I love it.
Bought you your own little toolkit from IKEA.
Thanks. But I'm back! That's all that matters. Huh? Also, I have some really exciting videos coming up which I think you guys will enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoy. If not, I'm gonna cry. Also, before I start, I want to say a belated thank you very much for helping me reach 500 subscribers. Now you can just type in youtube.com/Johnny Gurnett and you should find me. Reaching 500 subscribers is insane because I've been doing it about a year now, which is really cool. So I thought I would do something a bit different, something I've not done before. I've been feeling really inspired by Tana Mongeau with her story times. So today I'm going to be doing my first ever story time. Wow, that's great. Let me know if you like it by leaving a thumbs up. So this story time is about a recent experience I had at a Beyonce concert in Wembley Arena in London. No one ever texts me. Now listen up, hoes, okay? This is about the experience I had leading up to the Beyonce concert. It is absolutely nothing to do with Beyonce. Obviously, it wasn't her fault. So Beehive, before you come at me with your stingers, this isn't about Bee, okay? I still love her. I'm wearing a Beyonce hat. I've got Ivy Park on. I'm loyal. So you can check out my drawing of her and Nicki Minaj if you want. It's a bit of self-promo, but you know what? If you don't plug yourself, who is gonna do it? So the story starts with Heather, Tom, Charlotte and myself. We got up at 6 AM, freaking 6 AM! I've never been up at 6 AM before. That's not normal. We get there, it's all fun and games, we've had McDonald's. We've never had McDonald's breakfast, I've never been up early enough. We get to Wembley, all happy, singing Beyonce. We did not know about the shitstorm which was about to hit us like a brick. So we get there, the queue looks kind of long, it's not a problem because we're still super early. And the only reason that the queue actually looked long was because it was only like 2 people thick. That sounded a little bit weird. But the queue was like 2 people thick and really long. That just sounds really bad. Anyway, the people right at the front of the queue are intense and they've been sleeping there for like 2 days, so they completely deserve front row. Anyway, we find the back of the queue, we sit down in it, it's all chill, we're sunbathing, we meet these people around us who are really, really nice, and we're just chilling out. She offered me face paint. How cute is that? They're a little bit older than us, they've seen Beyonce before, so they're like promising to look after us and that they're just really sweet, I love them. All of a sudden, like, I just hear like silence, like everyone in the queue just goes silent and then suddenly all I can hear was like running and like people moving their stuff and I was like, holy shit. I look around, people are freaking sprinting and running and I'm like, leave the shit, let's go. And I'm just like having a hot flush. Go, 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 save yourselves. We are just running. Like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm just see all these people running and I'm following. Finally, we all catch up and we're all being like shoved into this big pile of people and like people from behind are pushing me and I'm getting pushed in the front and I'm like, sorry. And it all calms down, like we're all squished in. And then I like look ahead and I see these people in front who were behind me. I'm like, hell no. I've been here before you. You got here like half an hour ago. But you know what? It's a concert. It's a Beyonce concert. I knew that pushing and crazy stuff like that was going to happen. We got over it. Obviously, people are going to push in front wherever you go. You go blooming Thorpe Park and people push in front. Like, you just expect it these days. Everyone's a fucking snake. Don't patronise me, bitches. I've been to a concert before. I know there's going to be pushing. Pushing is not what bothered me. It's the treatment. We're like, okay, it's fine. That won't happen again. We'll just stay here now until the gates open. Oh my God, I was so wrong. So much more bad stuff happened. We're all bunched together. We can't run any more. Like, we're just so stuck together. Like, literally, my friend Heather, because she's quite small and petite, she lifted up her legs and she stayed there. So once all that pushing and stuff was over, we were like, okay, analyse the situation. Like, we looked around and we realised what had happened. So basically, you know, I said earlier that the queue was like 2 people thick. But for some reason, people thought they could make it more than 2 people thick. The long line of only like 2 people suddenly became a short line where everyone crammed together. Although we seemed like we were further up in the queue because we were further up from where we were standing, there was now a lot more people and the people who were in front of us were originally behind us and it was just really annoying. Got over it, it's fine. So the security come up to us and they start like taping us in sections. We've told once you're in that section you're not allowed to move, so like we're all crammed together. They were telling us to sit down but we literally couldn't, and there was this crazy woman in front having an argument with security. She was like, I can't sit down because there's too many people, and she just kept shouting at them. Anyway, it was stupid. So what annoyed me about the security taping us in was that they weren't using metal barriers. The whole queuing system was not using the metal barriers which you sometimes get at like O2 Arena, and that's what you would expect at a concert like Beyonce with huge amount of fans. But they were using, I took a photo, tape, like police tape, you know, when you cordon something off. That's what they were using, and people could just duck under it and say that they were in that section all along. And also, that's the kind of tape that you use at a freaking egg and spoon race in year 4. If a 4-year-old can break through that, a crowd of like 1,000 people can break through that, can't they? We were being treated like animals all day. I'm surprised they didn't actually have like those cattle prods, you know, the electric things, so they could like zap us in. And I actually felt like a battery chicken. 'Cause 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 I actually felt like a battery chicken. The next thing that happened really annoyed me. So while we were being taped into these sections, literally pushing people and kicking people into these pens, and my friend Tom had literally got kicked in the back with these freaking steel capped boots. Like, that shit hurts, being kicked in the spine. That's not humane. You don't do that to people. Ugh. So now we're in these new sections. Instead of just one long mass, we're now in little sections, and I've got this girl next to me who, she's important, okay? I'm coming back to her later on because she just doesn't look like she wants to be there. She's just like flipping her hair, thinking she's prestige. She's got really long hair, so every time she flipped her hair, it was like whipping me in the face. Honestly, I was getting so literally, I was getting so aggro Santos, it's not even funny. Remember this witch bitch, because she's important in the story. I'm coming back to her. So for the next 3 hours, it was okay. There wasn't anything like nothing major happened like to us within those next 3 hours. However, there were other little incidences. As I said so far, like, the security have been really unhelpful, really rude and disrespectful to like everyone. It's just rude. So this woman comes like pushing through the crowd, and like she's trying to get the security's attention. She's like,
I found this really nice hamburger, it's really, really nice, blah, blah, blah.
but it's obviously been left behind by someone when there was the huge like tsunami push. Security was just like standing there like, she had chewing gum in her mouth, she was playing with her dangly freaking earrings. I wanted to yank out her lobes. So this woman's like,
hello, like, this bag, it has someone's purse, someone's car keys, and of course their Beyonce tickets.
everything that they're gonna need for the concert is in this bag, and the security literally Tinder. So the security guard literally goes, I'm quoting, she literally goes,
not my problem.
I don't know about you, but I just think that's so rude. Like, it's actually her job to like help people in that situation. I don't know what happened to that woman, so I honestly hope she got everything back, and I hope she saw the concert and had a great time, but that's heartbreaking, man, if she didn't. More hours passed, it's still going down. That crazy woman in front of me is still arguing with the same officer. He don't care, he just keeps saying she looks like a sardine, and she was getting more and more pissed off. Stuff is like getting okay, but then about an hour before the gates open, people start getting really tense. We started off all singing together. But then as it was getting closer to 4:30, which is when the gates opened, things were getting really tense. Friends who you'd made friends with earlier on in the day, you weren't friends with them now, okay? You're now competitors, okay? You all want that front row. People had just given up on the stupid tape. There was no more sections. People had just tore it. This is when I started to get angry, like not for myself but for the people at front who'd been sleeping in tents. Because there was no metal barriers to stop pushing in, people right from the back could literally come up and stand next to people who'd been sleeping there for 3 days. How upset would you be if you'd been sleeping there for days and then suddenly there's someone standing next to you who's arrived half an hour ago? That is so unfair. I think there were a couple of fights and a couple of punch-ups and that. So like, we're kind of near the front now. The security started handing out wristbands. This is when I come back to that basic bitch behind me. All day she's just been so boring. Like, we've all been singing along, trying to make friends. I complimented her on her hair because her hair was really nice or whatever, and she just went, thanks. And I was like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna save my compliments for someone else. Suddenly she thinks she's prestige enough to let her boyfriend push in the queue and stand with us. He arrived like 3 minutes ago and we've been standing there since like 7 AM. You just don't push in like that. Where are people's concert etiquettes, man? Ugh! Anyway, he clearly hates Beyonce. Like, I'm looking at him and he does not want to be there. He is like so bored. He starts smoking weed and stuff and blowing it in my face. Like, I do not want your fag-ash, dirty, sweaty breath in my face! Fuck off! Obviously I didn't actually say that because I'm a fucking pussy. They're like grinding on each other and he's like playing with her hair and kissing her neck. This is all happening in mine and Charlotte's ear. Charlotte's like turning around and giving them disapproving looks as if, bitch, stop what the fuck you're doing, it's pissing me off. She's like sighing and stuff, like making a point that she's annoyed. And she's just like, sorry, I'm being pushed by someone behind me, I can't help it. But clearly, like, I'm watching, her boyfriend is deliberately pushing her and she's just like, baby, stop, baby, stop it. Keep going, actually, I kind of like it, it's kind of cute. Oh, do you know what annoys me the most? As much as a freaking bitch she was, her makeup was really good. Like, she was very talented in that aspect. Wow. Charlotte just finally snapped, she's finally had enough, and she turns around and goes, stop pushing me, you fucking idiots! And I'm like, Charlotte, it's fine. Just as Charlotte snaps, the security are like, with their freaking megaphones, like, okay, we're gonna start letting you in section by section. And I'm just like, no, you idiots, people gave up on the sections 3 hours ago. There are no more sections, people have broken the tape, cut it off, like, okay, section 1, let's go! There is no more section 1, so literally thousands of people start going. We're getting pushed so bad behind us, getting crushed against this wall. And I'm just looking up like, Lord Jesus, be with me, we're going to die. People who've been sleeping in their tents for 3 days are being pushed right behind them by people who had arrived 2 minutes ago. Anyone could just get front row, basically. We could have turned up at 4 o'clock and got front row. A tsunami of people, like we're all moving as one. And suddenly my leg stops moving. I've had a stroke. This is it. I've had a stroke. My legs won't work. I look down and someone's standing on my shoelace. Like my shoelace has come undone. I look up and I'm like, okay, it's not a stroke. Of all the times my shoelace could come undone, bitch, why now? Why now? Why now? Heather's been completely pushed ahead. I get pushed into a security guard, probably the freaking pushy bitch and her boyfriend. He pushes me back as hard as he could. Somehow, God knows how, we managed to squeeze out, we managed to push out. I'm like shaking, like full on. The most ill-managed, unsafe, dangerous experience. People know how big Beyonce is. They know how many fans she has. They should have prepared for a situation like that. It's ridiculous. Finally, we got out of them. We were like running to our safety, basically. We were running towards the gate. Get there, we've got our tickets out. We're running towards the gate. We're just about to put our gates through. Security literally like puts his arm in front of us. He's like, how old are you? We're like, 17, because we are. And he says to my friend Heather, who's, as I said earlier, she's quite petite and quite small. He's like, I don't believe you're 17. You're not going in. He pulls us out of the section where you like put your ticket through and you go into the stadium. And he's like, you're not going in. I don't believe you're 17. And I don't believe that you have ID to prove it. And we're like, well, no, we don't have ID to prove it. He's like, I don't care. You're going to need to find someone. No! So just our luck, none of us had ID, we didn't know that we needed it, and we didn't want to take like our provisional driving license or our passport to a concert where it could get lost or stolen. He's like, okay, you're not going in then. And we're like, bruv! Obviously, while he's pulled us aside, not letting us in, the thousands of people behind us in the queue are all going into the arena. We were guaranteed front row, and we're just standing there helpless, watching our front row spot getting filled and taken up. So all this time we've been panicking and like trying to figure out what to do. Tom has been on the phone to his brother, who has gone with his friends. His brother leaves his spot, comes up to come and rescue us, just as Tom's brother and his group come to save us and like be like, yeah, we're over 18, we've got ID to prove it. Heather gets the text of her ID and she's like, bitch, told you I was 17. And the security guard looked like he felt really bad. We go to stand with the rest of Tom's brother's group because they'd been there since like 1, I think they said. Well, we could have just gone with them basically at 1 o'clock and still had an amazing spot. Now, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful or whatever. I'm not being like, bitch, we didn't get front row. I'm not bothered about that because we still had insane spots.
May the last one burn to flame.
Not moaning that we didn't have a good spot because we had a really good spot. It's incredible, to be honest, considering everything that we went through. We were just annoyed at how the treatment and the poor organisation made us lose our front row spot. And it was just the fact that we'd queued there since like 7 AM. The organisation was so poor, it's just outrageous. Everything aside, Beyonce herself though, oh my god, that was a different I just really slapped myself. Ow. Suddenly see someone that you have watched a million times on YouTube and watched videos and photos and everything, you kind of forget that they're real. So when you see them live in front of you and they kick holy water on you and you feel blessed, that is the most amazing experience ever. Nothing like it. Can't even explain how good it was. It's stressing me out. I just want to say a big thank you to all my friends who kept me calm. Huge thank you. We wouldn't have even seen the concert if it wasn't for Joe and Matt. So a huge thank you to them. They saved our lives. I want to say a big special no thank you to the girl and her boyfriend who was pushing us all day. The Formation World Tour. So that was my first ever story time. Whoa, that soup came back on me. If you want to hear more stories, more story time, stuff like this, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the video. I want your feedback. I just want to know if you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.